Ladies and gentlemen, Justin Muturi's fate as a member of the cabinet is sealed. William Ruto is going to fire Justin Muturi anytime from now. According to Nelson Koech, who is a close ally of William Samoei Ruto and the member of parliament for Belgut, William Ruto is going to fire Justin Muturi anytime from now, but within the next 2 weeks.
I know CS Muturi wants to make a political mileage out of all this situation. I understand there are very genuine cases, there are very genuine people who want this case sorted. I don't see it in CS Muturi. CS Muturi simply is a man who is daring the president to fire him. He is a man who wants to make a political capital out of a situation. He is a man who, if he was moral enough, because he's a lawyer, he should have resigned if he does not want to work with this government. If you feel that this government is inadequate, if you feel that this government does not meet your expectation as an individual and that of the country as a cabinet secretary, because you are lucky to be amongst the 22 who are the apex of the executive,
so
resign.
Because he's lucky, he keeps quiet when he witnesses there are things going wrong?
He shouldn't. He has a forum to speak. He has a forum to speak to the president. They sit in the cabinet. Why don't you raise it in the cabinet and say, Your Excellency the President, we have a problem. How do we sort out this issue of abductions? Because I understand his frustration as well. But where he comes, and there are cases. I mean, I saw the Chief Justice raise the same issue. I saw Wetangula Speaker raise the same issue over the weekend. Those are unbiased people who are raising with serious. He directly sits with the president. He should have raised. I have not seen Honorable Muturi say today during our cabinet meeting, I did raise the issue of abduction. I wish he can come out and say, I raised it before the president. But instead, running to mortuaries, running for press conferences.
How do you know he hasn't?
He should have said. I mean, he's been speaking.
I'm asking you, how do you know he hasn't?
He hasn't, because I also speak to colleagues who are in the cabinet.
But they have taken the oath of secrecy on issues conversed in cabinet. They don't
but he has come out to defy that oath of secrecy.
No, he's talking about what he thinks is going wrong in the country.
There's nothing secret about raising an issue in the cabinet.
Just hold on. I mean, you and I don't sit in cabinet. I'm just asking you a question that you're claiming he has not pursued it in cabinet. And I'm asking you, how would you know? Because
I'm telling you, Sam, I'm young in politics, but there are things that I read through when I see individuals on certain quarters trying to raise them. And when I see CS Muturi going to the mortuary, when I see CS Muturi raising this matter of abductions in a press conference, when I see CS Muturi and his attitude of late, I know what is happening politically. He simply is a man who is daring the president to fire him. And I'll tell you this before I close, that he has called for it. And you will see it. In a week or two, CS Muturi will be home.
He'll be fired?
He will be fired.
How do you know that?
I know it. I am telling you, you asked me questions before, and I'm telling you, he has called for it. He has pinched the president's nose, and I can tell you for sure, he is a man going home. It can even be today.
That must hurt. Now.
But I want you guys to mark this. If William Ruto is going to fire Justin Muturi, then he's going to live to regret it. Because that's exactly what Justin Muturi wants. I've been following Justin Muturi's political activities since the fallout with William Ruto. And clearly, Justin Muturi is a man on a mission.
Regardless of your position in society, in government, in the security sector, remember, whatever you are doing, one day, you may have to answer for it personally. You hold or you carry personal responsibility. Those of them that may not be clear should be reminded about the Nuremberg trials. You cannot be excused for obeying illegal orders from wherever they may be from. So people and Kenyans, please, those of you, I've seen many of you have taken pictures. Make sure that those pictures you take, store them safely, even in the cloud. One day in this country, you may find that those pictures you have taken may be the answer to this intriguing situation that we are going through in this country.
In this video, I want to reveal to you guys why personally I strongly believe that if William Ruto were to fire Justin Muturi, then he's going to fall into the trap which has been laid by none other than Justin Muturi. But before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let us dive in. I want to play for you this particular clip and tell me what your thoughts are about it. Because for me, I think Justin Muturi is already out of the cabinet.
And we sit somewhere claiming that we are discussing matters about the economy of this country. Economy for who? If we are killing them, abducting and killing the young ones, so who are you doing the economy for? This matter needs to be taken with the seriousness that it deserves. And you know, I said, I was lucky that when my son was abducted, I was able to reach the president.
And I've seen many leaders, UDA leaders, including cabinet secretaries, calling for the resignation of Justin Muturi. One of the biggest mistakes Justin Muturi can do right now is to resign. Because if you are to resign, you would have done that long time ago. The time for resigning is not now. He must stay put and wait for William Ruto to fire him. But William Ruto is also in a very tight corner.
William Ruto, mimi kama kiongozi katika taifa hii yetu ya Kenya, mwenye nilikupenda na ninakupenda, nilikutafutia kura, umenipatia majukumu, ninatekeleza, ningependa nikuombe peupe kwamba kuna watu wenye wanataka kuchochea mheshimiwa waziri wako Justin Muturi. Mtoto yake alishikwa akapotea. Wewe kama mzazi, mtoto wako akishikwa mateka apotee, huwezi kuwa na furaha. Sasa Muturi amekasirika, anataka kujua ni nani alishika mtoto wake. Wengine wameanza kusema Muturi must resign, Muturi must be sacked. Shame on you. How do you sack a father kwa sababu he's concerned about abduction of his child? Ndio ningependa kumwambia President Ruto, usisikize wale ambao wanasema umwachishe Justin Muturi kazi kama waziri. Kitu ya maana yenye utafanya, ukubali kwamba ukiona watu wakiuliza maswali kuhusu abduction, sio kwamba wanasema serikali ndio inatenda hiyo. Wanasema wewe kama president, chukua jukumu kama president wetu uhakikishe maneno ya abduction ifanye nini? Ishi.
Firing Justin Muturi would mean that he's falling for his trap. But what options are there for the president? Zero options. The only option for him is to fire Justin Muturi. And I think he has decided that Justin Muturi will not stay for more than 2 weeks in his government. And for me, he's going to fall for Justin Muturi's trap. Why am I saying this? Number one, it is very clear that Justin Muturi is out of... Number one, it is now very clear that Justin Muturi is looking for an exit strategy from Kenya Kwanza. Remember, Justin Muturi joined Kenya Kwanza as a co-principal, and that's why he was appointed as the Attorney General. He entered Kenya Kwanza with DP Party. That DP Party, I think, has a few MPs, 1 or 2 MPs, and some other MCs back there. When William Ruto engineered the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, his strategy was to try and retain the support of Mount Kenya East. Justin Muturi comes from Mount Kenya East. If William Ruto were to fire him today, William Ruto fit in the larger Mount Kenya is also going to be sealed. And that's exactly what Justin Muturi wants. He wants Ruto to fire him. Then after exiting, then it's going to be easy for him now to launch his politics in the larger Mount Kenya region. Because Rigathi Gachagua, as we speak, cannot run for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya because he was impeached. Rigathi Gachagua has managed to win the hearts and souls of the people of the mountain. The question is, where can he deliver the mountain to? Who can be the face of the mountain? I'm looking at Justin Muturi. In fact, Justin Muturi, in my view, is going to be the next Embu governor because the ground in Embu is already hostile for William Ruto and his allies. So for me, Justin Muturi is just waiting for that sacking for him to exit Kenya Kwanza. That's number one. Number two, which I think is also lethal for William Ruto and his team, is the victim card. Why is it lethal for William Ruto? William Ruto played victim cards on Uhuru Kenyatta successfully. Rigathi Gachagua has played the victim card on William Ruto successfully. I'm looking at Justin Muturi waiting for his turn to also play that victim card on William Ruto successfully. If that were to happen, then at the end of the day, William Ruto is going to be the one. At the end of the day, William Ruto is going to be one of the most hated leaders in Mount Kenya. My question is, can William Ruto win the 2027 presidential elections in the Republic of Kenya minus the mountain? In fact, I took my time today and figured out 2002, the former president, Daniel Arap Moi, won the presidency minus the mountain, but with only 30%. Was it 35%? With the current constitution, he would not have been the president. 2007, Mwai Kibaki won using the mountain, although he rigged because Raila Odinga won, so we can comfortably say that Raila Odinga won the presidency in 2007 without the mountain, which means it's possible. But for that to be possible, it means only one thing, that you must have 100% of the Kalenjin nation, because that time 100% of the Kalenjin nation were fully behind Raila Odinga. You must have 100% of the Luhya nation, maybe Bukusu, out of it. That time Raila Odinga had that support fully. You must have the support of the Luhya nation fully, which is what William Ruto is trying to do now. Then you must have the entire coastal region fully behind you, and northern Kenya fully. Raila Odinga had all those regions fully behind him, apart from the mountain and the Kamba nation, which voted for Kalonzo Musyoka at that time. The question is, can Ruto claim to have the entire region fully behind him, save for the mountain? My answer to that is no. So he must be very, very careful. Number three, and this is why Ruto should avoid that. He should just let this guy be, make him irrelevant. The sacking can be used to further rally the mountain. This guy is seeking for sympathy, he's going to get. William Ruto sacked Rigathi. It was going to be very easy for Rigathi to team up with Justin Muturi. Very easy. And then they can tell the mountain that our common enemy is William Ruto. And importantly, which is my fourth point, is that Justin Muturi is keen on portraying William Ruto as a betrayer. Because the general feeling in the mountain, currently as we speak, is that William Ruto is a betrayer. And that's why they've even started questioning whether Uhuru was right or Uhuru was wrong. Because according to them, there's no way William Ruto can be the only person who is good, that it is Uhuru was wrong, Rigathi was wrong, now Muturi is wrong. So William Ruto is now being portrayed in the mountain as a betrayer. Of course, there are several other factors which can contribute to that. Remember, the mountain hates Raila Amolo Odinga with a passion. And the fact that Raila Odinga is working with William Ruto did not sit well with most of them. But there is this narrative that William Ruto is a betrayer, which is going to affect William Ruto in a very big way in the mountain. And lastly, Rigathi Gachagua and Justin Muturi are planning to team up. So it's a strategy. The enemy of your enemy becomes what? Your friend. Ladies and gentlemen, do you think William Ruto has any other option? Or let me put it this way. If you are William Ruto, what would you do in this situation of Justin Muturi? Would you fire him? Would you let him resign because he can't resign? Or would you just frustrate him? Let me know in the comment section. Until that time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.